Hi, and welcome to Bobcat Update. I'm Destiny Venecia.
And I'm Presley Davis. We're glad you could join us. Texas State is marking its fourth straight year of record enrollment.
Yeah, in fact, for the first time, more than 40,000 students are enrolled here. The question is where to put all of us. Reporter Luciana Schreiri takes us to the dedication of the two new big dorms.
Excitement filled Texas State's campus as faculty, staff, and students gathered for a ribbon cutting ceremony celebrating the grand opening of two new dorms at the beginning of this semester. This fall marks the first time that Alamito and Cibolo halls house any student after 5 years of dust and cranes taking up the hill above the quad bus loop. University leaders kicked off the celebration with speeches at the podium beside the golden scissors, ready for the ribbon cutting. One of those leaders is Texas State's President Khalid Amphis.
With the addition of Alamito and Cibolo Hall and the two apartment complexes we acquired adjacent to campus, we have now increased the number of beds from the year I got here from 6,800 beds to now 9,000 beds on campus, but we're not done yet.
After speeches, Texas State officials cut the ribbon, officially introducing Alamito and Cibolo to the San Marcos campus.
Go ahead. Head away.
Residents Missy Abdullahi, Tifulawu, and Samiha Lawal were in line waiting to grab some ice cream served by Damphis and his wife Beth.
I actually like the people who live in our dorms. They're really friendly. Like every single time I walk out of my dorm, I make a new friend, so that's good.
Ice cream, ribbon cutting, and speeches, closing out a day of celebration as attendees head home, ready for the semester ahead. Reporting with Luciana Schweiri, Annabelle Elliott, Kaylee Kruk, and Kristen McKay.
The University Star reported that some students were having to live with resident advisors as recently as last month. In early September, 22 students were reportedly living with RAs according to the Director of Housing and Residential Life. At the start of the school year, it was twice that many. The director said the university's goal was to get all those students settled with roommates and out of RA rooms.
It's just a sign that the student population is growing, and that has impacts across campus. The two new dorms offer 1,000 new beds, and the university just bought two apartment complexes across from campus last year. And there's another new dorm under construction, set to open in a couple of years. So what does this new housing compare to the other dorms? Reporter Maddie Hose puts them side by side for us.
August 26th, Cibolo and Alamito Hall were officially unveiled with a ribbon-cutting ceremony, with these being the 22nd and 23rd additions to the housing options at Texas State. Let's compare the new amenities and living conditions to older dorms on campus. Firstly, we asked a resident of Cibolo Hall about their experience in the dorm so far.
I've loved living in Cibolo. I feel like I've met great people, right? My roommate, he's really nice.
The common area between Cibolo and Alamito is spacious, with a new propane grill and ample seating. Meanwhile, at an older dorm, Blanco Hall, the grill is rusted and broken with a single wooden table. Indoors, they have added plenty of washers and dryers and an updated kitchen with new amenities. The unique shape of Cibolo Hall makes it feel more spacious for residents. Blanco Hall has a more traditional rectangular layout with the addition of en-suite bathrooms. Comparing the prices of these two dorm options, you might be surprised to find that a triple room in Cibolo Hall has a semester cost of just over $3,400. Meanwhile, a triple room in the older Blanco Hall has a semester cost of over $4,100. According to the University Star, Smith Hall will be torn down to make way for approximately 1,000 more beds with modern amenities. These additional dorms will bring the total of on-campus beds to around 10,000. These new dorms are expected to open in 2026.
Housing isn't the only new thing around campus. There's a new place to find a scare in the square. It's a costume shop called Freaky Finds, and the University Star profiled the husband and wife owners. The couple ran a shop in New Braunfels for the last dozen years, and now they're open on North LBJ Drive. The Star reports, and they're hoping to collaborate with Texas State Theater's department and maybe the new movie studio planned for Las Cimas in San Marcos.
There are a couple of new other shops now open in San Marcos. They're all very different from each other, but reporter Angelina Zurillo shows us they're all pretty unique.
San Marcos is a hub for small businesses and unique shops, and this August, a new store has been added to the lineup.
We were looking at purchasing this building. I was really interested in the history of the building, and so I did as much research as I could to see what other businesses had been here before, and over the last 140 some odd years, it was some sort of grocery or market, and with a few exceptions, but overall it was giving market. And so with the farmers market being outside, we were just throwing out different names that included market, and then one day I was like, wait, San Market. Probably the biggest challenge was the restoration of this building.
Yeah.
It's very old. It was built, they estimate, about 1885.
How did the town's history and community inspire the products and atmosphere here at the San Market?
Well, I think the best example of that would be kind of our Ocarina Springs, Ralph the Swimming Pig t-shirt, Freeman Ranch. So if you're from San Marcos, or you grew up here, or you have lived here long enough, you know about those things. And so we kind of like to have those playful little kind of inside jokes with San Marcos. But also we have things that are for the general San Marcos community. We want to highlight things that are unique to this town and this area and keep things fresh.
Alpha Strike Games is a hidden gem for locals with interactive game nights, vintage games, and a fun crowd. If you're looking for a gaming scene, cross over to Alpha Strike Games.
We have a very eclectic mix of stuff from all the way from the 60s all the way to modern toys and collectibles, all that kind of fun nerdy stuff.
How has a small business like this been able to stay afloat, in your opinion?
Well, through COVID, we had lots of, we have constant customers that play all kinds of different TCG card games. It's just a pretty good tight-knit community here. We have recurring players coming every week. We go tournaments on weekends. We're constantly getting a new influx of product and video games, toys, all kinds of collectible stuff.
This has been Angelina Zaria and Angie Vasquez for Bobcat Update.
Hey Presley, do you ever bike to campus or around town?
Not really, but I have noticed new bike lanes popping up around town.
Nice. Reporter Robert Lopez notices this too, and he found out more.
In the hilly city of San Marcos, getting around by bike can be difficult. Thankfully for San Marcian cyclists, the city has put an effort into creating infrastructure to make biking around easier and more accessible.
Hey there, I'm Robert Lopez with the Bobcat Update, and today we're going to be talking about bike lanes.
All over town, you can find a variety of bike lanes, allowing cyclists to navigate the city without being in the way of pedestrians or cars. While generally more centralized to downtown, these lanes can extend further out into places like Hunter Road and the newly added River Road section. We talked to senior engineer for the city of San Marcos, Rohit Vij, for an explanation on the city's interest in bikeability.
That's again coming from the council members, our higher management. They want the city to be bikeable and walkable.
Despite the effort of the city, some cyclists like Tim Metcalf feel like it's just not enough.
I've lived in San Marcos over 20 years, and I try to spend as little time in the city on a bicycle as possible. We generally fear riding around on the city streets.
While maybe not currently up to standard for some cyclists, there are plans to increase the amount of biking facilities around San Marcos. These plans are located in a document titled the Future 2035 Build Scenario, which Rohit describes as...
So Future 2035 Build Scenario is the TMP, Transportation Master Plan, we started working on in 2014. Look at transportation, bike lanes, greenways, what are the requirements for the city would be in next 15 to 20 years. So that's what the plans are.
With the parking issues that have been plaguing Texas State for the past few years, an increase in people biking instead of driving could be beneficial for both the university and the city. This has been Robert Lopez with the Bobcat Update. Back to you guys in the studio.
That's pretty cool. I might have to think about biking around town.
You know what else might be fun? Dancing.
We're at Orquesta del Rio. We're preparing for salsa night, and this is the salsa ensemble. Let's go.
And don't worry if you feel like you're out of step.
And if you're looking for music to dance to or just to jam, they're singing your tune at KTSW.
And a bit later, we'll enlighten you on one of the newest public art pieces on campus.
Prescription drug pricing points to corporate
Freedom of the press is about your right to know.
and Clark sheer athleticism.
It's about your right to be informed. Today, There are real threats to press freedom.
Reaching residential areas.
And your right to know about the world around us. We must protect our right to know, no matter what kind of news is important to you. Before it's too late. Understand the threats. ProtectPressFreedom.org.
There are a bunch of other cool professors and projects going on around here all the time, including this one. Dr. Sean Justice is a professor in the School of Art and Design, but his research is all about how to be a better teacher. That was the point of his lecture last week in the new A-list visual production studio. Dr. Justice used immersive image in front of a 30-foot panel of LEDs to show how he turns curiosity into a teaching tool. The studio is in the basement of Alcac Library, just down the hall from Alcac 1. By the way, Dr. Justice was doing his presentation last week as part of the prestigious Dean's Seminar. Only a couple of faculty members are chosen each year for that.
Congratulations, Dr. Justice, and cool research. Another cool professor teaches Latin music, and there are a couple of choices.
Reporter Annabelle Elliott did some singing and dancing for this story.
Ever wondered what it's like to dance the night away at a vibrant salsa party? Well, look no further than Texas State Salsa Nights. Hosted by the Latin Music Department, these events offer a unique blend of live music, dance lessons, and a whole lot of fun. There are 2 salsa ensembles that play at Salsa Night. One class is called Orquesta del Rio, and the other is Salsa del Rio. Kirsten Boint is the director of both bands. While many students take this class for a performance credit for their major or minor, some use it as an elective credit. Salsa nights are a crucial component of the class, contributing significantly to the students' final grade. The experience level of the students varies from those who have years of experience to some who just started and are even taking the chance to gain more experience on a different instrument. The next Salsa nights are on October 25th at the Davenport and December 1st at the Mark. Aaron is a senior music major who was encouraged by his friends to try out. He plays percussion, but is exploring the new style.
I actually just joined it on a whim several years ago. Some friends, I had just got done with my concert band audition. Some friends were like, you want to audition for salsa? I'd never played that kind of music before, but I just went in and they were like very accepting of beginners. And yeah, I've been in it ever since. It's a lot of fun.
He actually attended Salsa Night as a participant before he joined. Angela Garcia is a senior double majoring in music and Spanish, focusing on voice. She's been involved in the class for 3 years. Being from El Paso, she says salsa nights are the music of home.
I personally really love salsa nights. They create a sense of home for me. I'm from El Paso, and so like going to like quinceañeras and any sort of party, it's music from home.
For Bobcat Update, this is Lisette Aguilar and Annabelle Elliott.
Even outside of classes, there are cool opportunities for students all across campus, including a few for storytellers like us. We mentioned the University Star, and in a couple of minutes, reporter Kelly Kuge will tell you more about Live Oak Hall, where we're producing this newscast. But first, reporter Kobe Jackson tunes us into KTSW Student Radio.
Have you ever thought about joining a local radio station here at Texas State University? Well, KTSW 89.9 is your option for you. I got the privilege of interviewing 2 students who are involved in the KTSW 89.9 program, both doing multiple different things to pursue their career. And here is what they had to say.
At Texas State University, students have the opportunity to get hands-on experience in producing a radio show. KTSW has created an environment for students to learn and build their resume all while being a student. At KTSW, there are several departments to get involved in, and many students are a part of multiple. KTSW is known for their shows like Other Side Drive and Bobcat Radio. Each specialty show highlights different things at Texas State and San Marcos, which helps reach a wide audience. Here's what some staff members had to say about KTSW.
I'm basically in charge or foresee all of what goes on air as far as like behind the scenes, there we go. Behind the scenes aspects, so PSA, so like public service announcements, promos, what goes online, so podcasting, and I basically oversee a lot of what goes on to making these sorts of productions.
Yeah, I had the opportunity to join KTSW as a general staff member
about a couple of years ago, and I really just wanted to kind of get into something that really aligned with my career goals and everything. And KTSW with the sports broadcasting and sports reporting really kind of just went hand in hand with what I wanted to do. And like you were just talking about this past semester, or I guess last semester in the spring of 2024, I was hired to become the next sports director alongside one of my coworkers, Tyson Taylor. So me and him together run this deal now.
With the introduction of Live Oak Hall in 2022, students and faculty in the media and film departments were offered a new space to work and hone their skills. Now, 2 years later, we can see how it has benefited students and the university.
But here in Live Oak, we have so much open space where we can like share ideas. We can do more with all the utilities and resources at hand.
Boasting about 10,000 square feet in size, Live Oak has space for many facilities not limited to a soundstage, recording studios, editing labs, and TV studios, adding on to the ones present in Alkek and Old Main, giving students ample resources not hugely available before.
It's like a breath of fresh air, for sure. Again, like I said before, only having Old Main's small little like newsroom, not being able to do much, and then coming here to having your own building, it's amazing.
And just the space alone here is much better than we had there. And so when I have a class of 18 students, having this much space and these many positions where students can operate, equipment has been just great for me.
All the impressive facilities and the equipment that comes with them were not cheap, costing about $10 million to make, which begs the question 2 years later, was it worth it?
Yeah, most definitely. I would say it's definitely, I do like it a lot. It was worth it, especially the $10 million.
The $10 million definitely worth it for students. Now, I think that they need more space. I think, we need some more storage space for equipment and stuff like that. So we'll need to raise some more funds to kind of get it up and running the way it should be up and running.
I would say $10 million is probably a lower number than I would think it would be to build something of this quality, the space that we have here.
We see that Live Oak Hall has been a success in helping the creativity of students and teachers flourish at Texas State, and will continue to do so for many years. This has been Kelly Kuge with Bobcat Update.
I can't lie, it's pretty cool producing television in this place.
Live Oak got even cooler outside on Saturday, October 5th. Reporter Adrian Carbajal was there.
The parking lot and the courtyard of Live Oak Hall were buzzing with construction activity. We interviewed Dr. John Fleming, who is the Dean of the College of Fine Arts and Communications, about the public art on campus.
The Dean of Fine Arts Communications sits on the Public Art Committee. So I've been Dean for 10 years, going on my 11th year. So throughout the years it'll vary, but so I've been involved in the public art program for the last 10 years. Public art programs are important across the country and at universities and cities. And it actually also helps bring people to campus to see it. And well, we're in the process of building a truly world-class collection of public art.
Nisa Barger is the Texas State University System Director of Public Art. She started in May and has worked to bring home the installation of the untitled Radio Wave art piece.
A public art piece that is funded just like all the public art across the Texas State University system. It is funded by a 1% rule, so 1% of the total project cost for this major building renovation of the Live Oak building is allocated to fund public art.
Artist Adrian Aguilera and Bethlehem McConan were on site to help with the installation process. They were interviewed by the Texas State Marketing Department. The duo paired up in 2016 with complementary art styles. They submitted the idea for this untitled piece in a call for artists and were inspired by photons. Barger says the next piece of art will be installed at the J.C. Callum building. The piece was commissioned from Italy. The art piece is currently on a boat and delivery has been delayed by the dock workers' strike. It is tentatively scheduled to be installed in December. This is Adrian Carbajal reporting for Bobcat Update.
That's all we have for this edition of Bobcat Update.
Thank you for joining us and have a good day. We'll see you soon.